Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Dylan Gable. I grew up on a mixed farm operation 20 minutes north of West Sauk, Alberta. This summer, I was a crop scout with Nutrient Ag Solutions in the West Sauk region. We are here to make a presentation based on our practicum experiences. As we go along, each of us will introduce ourselves before talking. Feel free to reference the About Me section in the booklet for more information on our summers. There are two options crop technology students are given at the end of their first year: the student managed farm and the practicum. In order to take the practicum, you need to have a summer job. Over the summer, we all got industry-based jobs, and instead of working on a student managed farm, we got our work experience through our jobs. These summer jobs also provided us with an introduction to the business end of the ag industry, which is a place we all see ourselves entering upon graduation. The last 2 semesters provided us a course that was student-driven, where we talked to industry experts and gained some valuable advice for our future careers. This semester, we have been working on a simulated farm plan to help us gain more valuable farm knowledge, which we feel is important as it helps to create a better professional to farmer relationship. This class, much like the SMF, provided us an opportunity to work as a group towards the same end goal, which is to gain valuable industry knowledge for our future careers.
My name is Mason Grisdale, and I am from Porcupine Plain, Saskatchewan, and I worked at Pasco Agro Services for the past 2 summers in Porcupine Plain. So for the students that have completed the agribusiness program and then want to return for crop technology, are required to take practicum. So once Owen, Marina, and I completed the agribusiness program, we knew that we wanted to go back into the industry, but we also felt like we needed to get a better understanding of agronomy. From here, we decided to enroll into crop technology. Since the 3 of us were entering into our 3rd year at Lakeland, we wanted to complete crop tech in 1 year. And Practicum gave us the ability to do so because the alternative, SMF, is a 2-year program.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Rump. I'm from a farm just west of Battleford, Saskatchewan. During the summer, I worked for Richardson Pioneer in Hamlin. I chose Practicum for a few different reasons. I came from a family farm where there are 4 people making those decisions on the farm. This can cause a variety of different problems because not everyone always wants the same thing or agrees on every aspect of the farm. This sometimes can make the farm not run as smoothly as it could, as there is conflict seen with many people's inputs on the farm operation. So I did not want to be a part of the SMF farm where there is a large group of people making all those decisions. Also, since it is a family farm, there's a lot of us that could take over the farm. My brother and my cousin will most likely be the ones to do so. I wanted to go more into the industry for a while before I decided whether or not I want to go back to the farm. Another reason being I wanted a lighter course load in the first semester so I could go home and help out on weekends and during the week as needed. For me, this is why I chose Practicum over SMF.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Hayslip, and I grew up on a mixed cattle and grain farm just outside of Daysland, Alberta. I decided to take Practicum because it's an alternative to SMF. I previously completed the Animal Science Diploma program in 2018, and I was involved in the commercial SMF beef unit. Having previously taken SMF course, I was interested in the Practicum option. By working at Crop Management Network in Daysland for the past 2 summers, it gave me a look into what the Practicum class had to offer. The last reason I chose Practicum was because I'm not planning on returning back to my family's farm, as I already have a job lined up back at Crop Management in May. Practicum benefited me by showing me that there are many different options in the agriculture industry, as well as help me understand what farmers have to go through when making decisions on the farm during the farm simulation portion of AE 461.
Hi, my name is Nicole Sharp, and I grew up just north of Drumheller, Alberta, on a grain farm. I've spent the past 2 summers working at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Rosedale. I chose to go into the practicum stream because on top of being a crop technology student, I'm also a varsity athlete for Lakeland College. Playing on the women's volleyball team is a time commitment on its own, being that we practice every day with games on weekends year-round. I knew that SMF was a team dynamic, and knowing this, I felt I could commit to the SMF hours and balance sports. Having to spend time after classes on weekends on the farm helping the SMF teams complete harvest was something I was not willing to try and take on with my busy schedule. Being that the first semester of Practicum was only 1-hour meetings, this was something I was instantly attracted to, and the second semester was the same as a regular class schedule. This course made it possible for me to continue being a part of the rest of the program as well as complete my crop tech diploma.
Hi, my name is Hannah Robertson. I come from an acreage just outside of Moorville, Alberta. And when it came to choosing between Practicum and SMF for my second semester and second year, I thought the choice was rather simple. I did not come from a family farm, so I had no family farm to return to upon graduation. And when I started my program, I always had the intention to go into an ag retail, either in agronomy or crop input sales. So this past summer, I worked at Richardson Pioneer here in Vermilion as a summer student, and it was a great introduction to the agricultural industry. I worked in the office handling all of the paperwork, which is a very important aspect, but also very different from my fellow classmates. Having my first year on the administration side was very eye-opening, and I learned a lot, and it made me really hopeful for what I have to do in my next summer, not being on the administration side. I chose Practicum for those reasons, just as I believe that they are better fitted to where I want to be after graduation.
My name is Ashton Cookson. I chose the Practicum route rather than SMF because I was able to work in a smaller group and gain credit in school for my hard work in the summer. Because I don't have a farm to work on after school, working at Nutrient Ag Solutions helped me gain much needed experience in the industry. I'm thankful for all the Practicum course has taught me and allowed me to achieve.
Hi, my name is Emily Fiala. I'm from Blaine Lake, Saskatchewan. And over the summer, I worked for a co-op ag retail in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. There are a few responsibilities each student must complete throughout the Practicum course. Each student must have a job at the end of the first year to work at in the following summer months. Prior to starting our chosen jobs, we had to set goals to reach throughout the summer. These goals could have been to expand our knowledge or try something brand new. Throughout the summer, it was up to us to focus on our goals and try to achieve them. Achieving our goals we set will only increase our knowledge and help us understand the ag industry. Setting goals are important because it gives you something to focus on and work towards. You're able to measure your progress and motivate yourself. Not only do setting goals help you reach long-term visions, but also they give you short-term motivation to get tasks done. Goals focus on how you're able to take knowledge you've gained and use it to complete all jobs to the best of your ability. Creating goals is also a great way to explore your interests within the industry, helping you choose which path you may want to follow after graduation. I was awarded an Excellence in Ag Scholarship through the co-op 2 years ago. With that scholarship, I was assigned many goals and tasks to achieve over the summer. Being given that opportunity to reach as many goals as I could over the course of 4 months helped me prioritize and focus my goals for Practicum as well. Setting goals in Practicum and having them set for me with my scholarship helped me organize and focus my time so I was able to take as much out of each experience as possible.
Hi, I'm Marina Gampy, and I'm from Unity, Saskatchewan. As Emily has talked about the importance of making goals for yourself, at the end of last year before coming into crop technology, I came up with a few goals for myself with my employer. As it was my second summer working for Bayer Crop Science in the same territory, we both knew what to expect of me. It was also sort of a new summer as Bayer had just finished their merge with Monsanto, so we took over DeKalb Seed as we said goodbye to Invigor. We also gained a new digital platform, Climate Field View, that I wanted to become fluent with. On top of this, Riley and I switched regions from Northern Alberta to Northwest Sask with a whole new team. Being a second-year summer student, I thought it was important to take the lead on a crop tour. We had 4 trials in our area, 3 canola and 1 soybeans. I had the opportunity to watch these trials profusely. I did a tour with one of our Cargill retails on the DeKalb canola trial, where there was also BASF and Clearfield. I also took the lead at Egg in Motion, taking different producers through a bunch of different varieties. Setting these goals allowed me to step outside of my comfort zone and really make the most out of my summer, and I'm really excited to work under Riley again in the same territory coming up at the end of the month.
Hello, my name is Jordan Mitchell, and I'm from an acreage outside of Battleford, Saskatchewan.
I worked at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Hamlin for my practicum placement. Having already spent one summer in retail prior to my practicum, I had some previous experience as a summer student in crop inputs. So going into practicum, I decided to set my goals in a way that would help expand on my previous knowledge and skills. My practicum job was solely crop scouting, where my past experience was mostly in the chemical shed and the fertilizer plant. Therefore, my goals were set to reflect a more agronomy-based things. I wanted to be able to identify more insects, weeds, and diseases on my own, to determine thresholds and spraying times, identify if a nutrient deficiency is present in the field, and I wanted to be able to start to learn how to build rapport and how to communicate my findings in the field to the farmers. Actually writing down and talking to my boss about what I wanted to achieve helped me be able to work towards it. I was more motivated and it was more of a challenge to be able to complete. Because of this, I pushed myself harder and was able to get better at talking to farmers and identifying things in the field, such as the wireworm that's in the first picture on this slide. I definitely feel a lot more confident and have learned a lot from my goals, but these objectives are ones I can keep improving on in the future as well.
My name is Colby Foreman. I'm from a mixed grain and cattle farm just outside of Andrew, Alberta. I previously have been working with Richardson Pioneer in Lamont. And with the practicum path, the opportunities are endless. There are multiple industry-based careers you can choose from when you go into the practicum program. Some of the jobs chosen by our class were, but not limited to, working in crop inputs, such as running the fertilizer shed or chemical shed. Some of us worked as crop scouts or in customer relations, where they dealt with phone calls in a professional manner, along with filling out documents and organizing the chemical or fertilizer inputs and outputs. The rest of us worked alongside a research team where they looked into depth about the effects the surroundings have on particular crops.
My name is Timon Yonker, and I'm from Rolling Hills, Alberta. And this summer I worked for the University of Manitoba. Part of AE 460 was us figuring out our interest and deciding on what we wanted to know more about. Based on our interest, we ended up having guest speakers come in and talk about the things we wanted to know more about. We also had some of our instructors come in. The instructors spoke to us because before they came into the instructing field, they were working directly in the industry. This was a very good experience since we got to meet people that worked in the industry. It was nice to ask questions to someone who actually did that kind of work. It was also great to hear about their experience and to hear some tips that might help us in the future. It also helped you decide if the part of the industry that you're interested in now actually seems like something you'd still want to do.
Hi, I'm Kiana Svensson-Striga. I'm from a mixed farm located outside of Hafford, Saskatchewan, and not returning to the farm practicum was a great fit and allowed students like us to reach out to the experts in the ag industry. As you can see here are a few chosen topics on the board. They are simply picked by our interest in the agriculture industry to learn about through guest speakers. First one here is research. In this session, we learned that it is very different from other industry jobs and local farm producers. Research is very time-consuming and very detail-oriented, as I learned this through my summer job at Western Applied Research Corporation. There we conducted numerous trials, and the work was hands-on. This struck my interest, and they asked me to return for a long-term contract. We all either live in RMs or counties, and we had a county specialist of Vermilion River County who informed us of regulations on diseases and pests within the county. It is important to know these regulations and upcoming concerns, as we could easily be affected by them. Marketing is a lot more than it seems. The importance of building relationships with buyers and sellers can reflect on the success in the business. We learned how to communicate and read customers, as it is a good skill to move on in life. Synergy Ag came in and showed us the key difference between being an independent retailer and a large-scale company. We learned that you can always keep learning in the agriculture industry, and having a 100% ag background is not a must. They had great lessons and takeaways when building relationships with producers and showed us how taking a few risks can really pay off.
Hi, I'm Owen Dancy, and I'm from Rapid, Saskatchewan. And for the past 3 summers, I worked at the co-op retail store in Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. So in AE 461, we chose to make a simulated farm plan because many of us do not come from the farm, nor have we worked around or on a farm. So we want to put ourselves in the farmer's shoes to understand how their life works. Understanding how a farm functions is what we want to get out of this farm plan. We chose to gather information to understand how a farmer lives their life on a day-to-day basis. We chose to monitor finances on the farm so we can see how cash comes in and goes out on a farming operation. Having an understanding of a farm's cash flow will help us in the industry when we are selling products to producers. Throughout this class, we monitored how the crop inputs work and when they get paid for, so all of us can understand when the farmers have cash flow to pay for their inputs, as well as when they usually purchase products. Along with finances comes the overall management of a farm. All of us chose to break into groups to understand farm management skills so we can get a visual on how a well-managed farm works. When managing a farm, we also have to understand that decisions need to be made. As a class, we wanted to understand the decision-making process the farmers have to go through. Having an understanding of how some decisions are made will allow us to assist farmers in the decision-making process when a critical decision needs to be made, such as when and how much grain to sell or when to spray their crop.
There's so many different directions practicum can take you, and it's completely what you make of it. As a whole class, we've clearly defined what practicum gave us, all of those being different. Some of us got greater industry knowledge, the opportunity to create connections with producers and influencers, and for some of us, it opened doors for alternate opportunities, some future employment, and some increased networking abilities.
This course can be considered a bridge between your schooling here at Lakeland College and the real world after school. This practicum course allows students to get a head start on their future and get a foot in the door to a career in agriculture. Throughout this experience, you will also be able to build relationships and network throughout the industry. This is achieved through using your schooling experience during the summer and then adding to the knowledge by following through with your goals with your employer to become a well-rounded asset to agriculture.
On behalf of the Practicum students, we would like to thank everyone that worked with us this summer. It was a great experience and we all learned a lot. Thanks a lot for listening and tuning into our presentation.